from all different racial backgrounds and ethnicities have poor spending habits, bad credit, and don't know how to and save and invest their money. This is an American issue. It's not just a black issue. And I want to let you guys know that I understand that. Poor spending habits, overspending, people buying things that they really can't afford, not spending your money wisely. That's an issue that Americans in general have. Not just black Americans, but Americans in general. You have a lot of white people with bad credit. Constantly overdrawing your money. You only have $2,000 in your bank account, in your savings account. But you go and buy something that costs $2,500. You overdrew $500. You have unpaid bills that are behind by 2 weeks, maybe 2 months. You owe the cable company $300 because you ended a contract and you didn't pay the early cancellation fee. You have a lot of unpaid bills and you just don't care. You continue spending and spending and spending and overdrawing money out your account and spending and missing bills and not paying bills because you don't care. Poor spending habits. You don't know how to budget your money. You don't know how to spend your money wisely. This is an issue that all Americans from every different racial background have and suffer from. But if you was to take a poll or to do a survey on which group of Americans, whether that be black, white, Asian, or Hispanic, on average has the worst credit, I have no doubt that black people would on average, I have no doubt that we would win, because I believe that on average black folk, we do have the worst credit and the worst spending habits. I think that we have a more of an issue with that than other races and groups of people. I feel that Asians and whites on average do invest in their money a little more than we do. I believe that they do save their money a little more than we do, and I think they spend their money a little wiser than we do, on average. I just want to make it clear that I do realize that Americans in general have an issue with spending their money, not spending their money wisely. But today I want to focus on black people in the hood, and I've done this video on my JLove477 account. I'm just going to do it again. I want to talk about black people who live in the hood. Low income black people who live in the inner cities, who is living in Section 8 or housing authority. Or they may not be living in Section 8. They may just live in the hood. They live in the hood. They live in these nasty, trashy neighborhoods and these filthy, unpleasant environments, right? And you have 2012. You have a car that like I say a 2012 Lexus, okay, with a high-ass car note. Why would you buy a 2012 Lexus when you can buy a 2004 or 2003? You need to live within your means. You know what I mean? You cannot afford a car that has a high car note. You know what I mean? You can't afford a car with high insurance right now because you're not balling. You're not financially capable of paying that amount of car insurance every month. You know what I mean? But black people, our appearance and our image is so important to us. And I think the reason for that is because, you know, we live in a society that has taught blacks to believe that we are inferior. And we have been brainwashed to believe that we are inferior. We have been brainwashed to believe that we're not as attractive. We have been brainwashed to believe that we are ugly. Our pride has been taken away from us to a certain degree and extent. And I think that we try to compensate, you know, for what we lack. You know, society taught us that we're dark and we have kinky hair, so we're ugly. So what we try to do is we dress to impress. And we spend tons of money and on fancy clothing and name brand clothing and fancy shoes and $300 pocketbooks to make ourselves look good and to make us feel better about ourselves. You know what I mean? And I think that's the reason why appearance is so important to us. You have a lot of black women that are spending thousands of dollars, you know, per year on weave. You know, you have a electricity bill that's due. Okay, you behind on your gas bill, you behind on your cable bill. You have so many unpaid bills, but instead, and first of all, you're working at a job where you're barely making over minimum wage, and your salary is probably about $30,000 to $40,000 a year. Okay, but yet you're gonna go and spend $200 on a pocketbook. You're gonna go and spend $300 on a pair of shoes. Your priorities are not in order, and this is the reason why you are in the financial crisis that you're in now. This is why you have bad credit. This is why you cannot buy a home. You have bad credit. This is why your bank don't want to, you know, loan you any money, because you have bad credit. If you learn how to put the things you need before the things you want, you would not be in the situation that you are today. You will not be in the financial crisis that you are today. Put the things that you need before the things that you want. If you learn how to put your priorities first and get your priorities in order and put the things that are most important before the things that you want and desire, you would not be in the financial crisis that you are today. You wouldn't have the bad credit that you have today. You wouldn't have to pay a high fucking deposit to start your cable service if you had good credit. But you don't have good credit because you put the things that you need, you want, before the things you need. You are so obsessed with your appearance. You are so obsessed with your image that you don't even care if you're broke. You don't care if you're in debt by $1,000. As long as you look good, that's the only thing that's important to you. And that's why you're in the financial crisis that you're in now. This is why you broke and don't got no money in your bank. You got the bill collectors calling you. You owe Old Navy $400. You owe Comcast $300. Okay, because you ended your contract before you were supposed to end it. You had 6 months left on the contract, and instead of paying the cancellation fee, you just said, fuck it, I ain't paying the bill no more. So you owe them $200, $250. You know, your gas bill is behind. Your cell phone bill, your phone bill. I mean, you just saying you just saying fuck everybody. Your light's about to be turned off. You don't make that much money. You got an electricity bill that's past due. You have a gas bill that's past due. Your heat about to get turned off. It's the wintertime, bro. You trying to be hot, but no, you don't care because you want some pair of Jordans and some pair of LeBrons. You want to wear some LeBrons. That's all you're worried about. You worried about your fucking image too much and your appearance too much. You don't even care about your electricity bill. Your house you barely got anything in your house. Don't even got no frontage in your house. Your house empty. Look like you just moved in. Okay? Your house look a mess. And the thing that fucks me up is y'all trying to look so good. Y'all look like y'all going to a fucking fashion show or a goddamn America's Next Top Model with all these outfits you be wearing, looking all dressed out, looking all nice and flashy, you know, got all these nice clothes on, these big ass earrings, these big hats, and these fancy shoes, and you're broke. You don't got no money. You're not fooling anybody. We know that you don't got no money. We know that you don't got broken. You look stupid with that fancy ass 2012 car. You should have got a 2006 car because you know you can't afford that high ass car note. You don't got enough money, living above your means. Stop trying to be something you're not. Stop trying to be Halle Berry because you don't got Halle Berry money. Stop wasting $100 on a fucking pair of pants and when you can be spending $100 on 4 pants and get 3 shirts for $100. I went to Target and bought 4 pants and 3 shirts for $84.99. Because I know that I cannot afford to wear the things that these celebrities wear. Because I don't have $1 million to waste on this money. I don't have the money they have. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not on that financial level. I'm broke. So I'm going to live within my means. Why would I take $84 and spend $84 on 1 pair of pants when I can buy 3 shirts and 4 pair of pants for that amount of money? That's called living within your means. That's called buying things that you can afford. That is black people problem. Y'all want to look good. Y'all want to impress y'all next door neighbors. Y'all want to press your neighbor and you want to press the guy down the street. Stop spending your money on things you can't afford because you're going to end up broke and it ain't going to hurt nobody but you. It annoys me. These black people be living in the hood on this nasty ass block. Some of the people in my church be dressed like they oh my god, they dress like a superstar. Like they look like Shaka Khan or some damn body or Patti LaBelle. I mean, they be dressed out. You be thinking they had $1 million. And it's like, oh, where you live? You live in the suburbs of Philly? You live in Yay in a Darby or somewhere or Montgomery County? Oh, I live in South Philly. Where? On 22nd Street. You live in the hood dressed like that? Oh, I thought you lived... I mean, you got a nice ass car out there outside the church. Nice ass clothes. I thought that this woman lived in Hollywood some damn where. I thought if I ain't know about it, I would have thought she lived in Beverly Hills. You are trying to be something you not. And that's why you broke. Because you don't even care about your financial situation. You don't even care about your bad credit. All you care about is looking good. You don't care if your bank balance is 0 or $40 overdrawn. As long as you look good, that's the only thing that matters to you. That means your priorities is fucked up. Always trying to impress somebody. Why is looking good so important to you black folk? Learn how to love yourself. You can wear something cheap. It's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. Okay, you spending all this high amount of money on clothes. You can go buy something cheap and still look as good. It's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. You know, name brand clothes are not any better than cheap clothes. It's just that they have a name on it. That's all. Get your priorities in order, black folk. Learn how to invest and save your money. Open your own business. Start your own business. Save, save, save. You never know when you will need money for a rainy day. Something may happen to your house. The whole ceiling may fall in. Where you gonna move to? Who gonna take you in? If you had money and it saved like J Love told you to, then you will have something to fall back on. In case something like this happen, you never know what you're going to be faced with in life. You never know what the next year or the next month holds for you. You never know what's going to happen. So that's why you always need to have a plan B, C, and D. And if you don't have any money in the bank, if you have poor credit, see, if you have good credit is good. You know, I had to learn the hard way. I wanted to start cable with Comcast one time. I have Comcast now, but I wanted to start cable with Comcast. They told me that I couldn't one time. They said that I had to pay a $200 deposit or something like that. It was high as shit. No, actually it was Dish TV. I'm not with them any longer. But I had to put it down with a deposit of like $200 with Dish TV. Even way back when I had a car, you know what I mean? I had to spend so much money because I had bad credit. You know what I mean? Whereas though my cousin, he had good credit, so he could just take his car right off the lot. All he had to pay was 25% and drive his car right off the lot. They was willing to work with him because he had good credit, but when you have bad credit, people don't trust you. They want nothing to do with you. Get your priorities in order.